All right, everyone, we are back. And today we are going to have a session with our boy, Lucky. This is all about him.
LLcoolLucky.
So, with that said, we are now in session. And real quick, I want to thank you for all the people that have supported us, because your support really helped us put more content like this out there. And if you like what we're doing, then continue supporting us. And if you want to know how to support us, reach out to us on Instagram, Facebook, or email us at nonsession4@gmail.com. All right, let's get this started now.
Well, Happy New Year to everybody as well.
Happy New Year.
First session for the new year.
This is the first episode of season 2.
Of season 2.
We just finished the year off, so thank you everybody for listening, hitting the the notification bell, and following us on Instagram, Facebook. We appreciate every single one of you guys, and we're going to kick off the year with interviewing Lucky, right, Charles?
Yeah. Yep.
We want to know what his thing is.
But why do you guys want to interview me?
Well, because all year you've been telling me let me talk about myself. So I'm like, you know what? Let's give Lucky a chance to talk about Lucky.
Well, we also want to know why the viewers should listen to you. Listen to you and where your thought process is, and
I did not come up with this.
That too.
You know what I mean? We want to know what your experience is like.
I was voluntold, everybody. I was voluntold.
Yeah. You actually were volunteered to do this.
Plus, we want everybody to kind of get to know each of us individually, so that way you know why we're doing this and how we got connected. So you want to give us a little background?
What's your story?
Oh, I got a lot of stories.
Yeah. Okay, we'll start off from
So. I'll go back to, I think for the viewers.
We're gonna shut up now, right, Charles?
Yeah. It's for the viewers to kind of, learn the bio of myself, and it's a great way for some of our viewers, even our new viewers, to understand and learn a little bit more about people on the Now in Session team. But, my name is Lucky Sapongse. I'm Laotian American. I came to the States here in 1987. From the southern city of Paksay or Mungkong area. I was born in Laos, and we went over to Thailand as refugees and seeking refuge, and we end up, coming to the States here in 1987. So, I was a young boy at the time. I don't remember, but our family went through a journey, and for most of, even some of our refugee families are watching now, you guys probably share very similar stories. So that's where my family is from. My brother and myself, we came here to the States in 1987. We landed in Fresno, California.
Wait, so you're an immigrant? I thought you were born here.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't born here. I was actually born in Laos. And
you came by plane?
We came by plane.
Not by boat.
Not by boat. We came by plane. We were actually sponsored by a Christian family here at the First Baptist Church. If you guys know where the First Baptist Church in Fresno is located, or if they're on Dakota and Blackstone, right across the street from Fort Miller, where actually Charles and I went to school at Fort Miller Middle School. But to answer that question.
So you didn't go anywhere else? You came straight here to Fresno?
We came straight. And the IRC International Rescue Committee at the time didn't understand much about the Southeast Asian culture, but they picked Fresno, Sacramento, San Diego, and they picked different groups. And Fresno was the hub for a lot of Laotians, Hmong, and a little bit of Cambodian. Yeah.
So, wait, real quick, just because I know everybody that moved over here, immigrated here, they got that one scar from that immunization shot.
Immunization shot.
Do you have that too?
I do have that.
You do have that?
I do have it in my left arm.
So you real deal.
Real deal.
Wow.
Yeah, because if you didn't have it, then I was like, I'll call bullshit on that.
Yeah. Let me take off my sweater, man, so I can show you.
Let me take off this sweater.
Let me take off my sweater.
What I do?
So I can show you, man. No, I have that shot. It's part of my tattoo. Pull that a little bit.
Suck in your belly real quick.
My belly a little bit.
Suck in your belly a little bit.
I'm in a weight loss competition right now.
That's right. For all the people that voted for Lucky's gonna win, it gave them a little bit of hope.
Oh, shoot. Let me take this out, too.
Man.
Oh, gee, I'm taking everything out for the ladies.
Hey, I ain't got no dollars for you, bro.
Hey, so look, you can see it right here.
Oh, you covered it up.
Okay, yeah. Covered by
right there,
tattoo.
just
Got
right
it.
there.
Yeah.
Covered a tattoo. So yeah, I got my 3 head.
Or show the audience, don't show us.
Yeah, I got the 3 head
right.
elephant
I'm over
too.
here
Yeah. Charles, looking
So
a little deeper.
what's up with the eyes around the elephant?
The eyes represent. So I got a 3-headed elephant because my father, he fought during the war and very loyal to our king.
Right.
And the 6 eyes represent the 6 major cities my dad fought in during the war. As we were growing up, he was sharing a story about him fighting, and if
Was
you
he
ever
military?
if you ever sat down with him, growing up, my dad, good looking man, but growing up, he he had a lot of scars on his body, a lot of burn marks. And I never understood why, like how he got that. So we asked him, like growing up, we would touch him. He literally, his whole body is burnt, my dad.
Oh, wow.
And he was in a coma for weeks because of that burn. The rest of the folks on the Jeep died. But my dad would share a story that, a grenade hit the Jeep, they exploded, and he was in a coma, but he had scars all over his face. We were doing it, and when he shared that story, it made me realize that there's a deeper meaning to why we are here in the States, and his sacrifice, the things that he did for us, those were important. And I think for me, even if, in the future I have children, that'll be a great way for me to honor him, to share and continue that story and legacy with the grandchildren or nephews and nieces. But I thought that was important to get a tattoo to remember that, and the 3-headed elephant is important to me, and since my family is loyal to the king, we want to continue that messaging, So,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people over here is loyal to the king. That's why, they got persecuted over there,
Yeah.
And so we came over here and started something new,
Right.
But, you basically grew up here. What age did you come over here?
Yeah, I was about 3.
About 3. Oh, so
About
you
3
don't
years
really
old.
remember,
I don't remember.
the back in Laos, right?
By the time we went to the refugee camp, I was probably 2. My baby brother Sai was only 1 year old at the time.
You don't remember
I don't
anything about the camp?
Nope, I don't remember anything about the camps. I'm trying to remember. It's funny the way the IRC set all that stuff up. Like there are other families waiting, and we were in the camp for at least 8 months until the family sponsored us and then brought us over. And before they brought us over, IRC sent most of the families to Philippines to learn English for 6 months. And it was part of their process, and we were in the Philippines in 1987. In the beginning of 1987, we were in the Philippines for 6 months, and we ended up coming around August of that year. So it was pretty hectic. I mean, you imagine a mom and dad don't speak no English, got 2 younger toddlers, children, and learning how to navigate the sign at the airports to where to go, what gate to go to, like. And these are people from the country. Like, I don't
They
think
have no education.
No education. I don't think they ever stepped foot on a plane. Barely had a couple $100 on them, just to survive. Had to sell their gold, but that's all they knew, And the little English that my dad knew, he's sharing a story. All I remember what they were teaching me was the gate codes. Like, how your plane ticket has gate
number.
Gate G.
Yeah.
All he remembered was that, and then he would go to the ticket counters and ask people, where to go. And he remembered left and right, go straight.
Yeah.
Simple words to get him to the States.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I was like, damn, actually, that was tough for them.
Now, did your family, to escape Laos, did they cross over the Mekong too, or no? Where how they'd have to go in the middle of the night and then cross over and stuff?
We did. And I know there was time.
You were 2 years old?
2 years old.
Wow.
And the crazy part was I was a crybaby. My dad was telling me, like, I wanted to go back to my grandma because I was with my grandma all the time from my dad's side. And I remember my dad was telling me, he said, Paul, that's all I knew, the words I knew. Let's go back home.
Yeah.
Because we were going somewhere else. And, my dad had to give us stuff so I could stay quiet. But I remember even my dad telling me when we crossed over, the guards, ask, where you guys going? Oh, we're just going to go shopping in Thailand and do that.
Oh, you crossed the bridge or you crossed the river?
We crossed the checkpoint.
Oh.
We had to cross the checkpoint going into Thailand. It was, I know the communist government at the time had soldiers guarding it. And they would ask, we're just going to go here, go shopping.
So checkpoints are like a border?
Yeah, every border has a checkpoint, main border. But, some people cross the river.
Bridge.
Some people cross in different
Illegally,
routes.
they cross illegally, yeah.
But we went to where we had to go to checkpoint because my dad went to a re-education camp. Part of the soldiers that got captured, the Royal soldiers, they had to go to concentration camp for years. This is where they teach you the new rules and laws and policy of the
they're trying to
communist government.
brainwash you.
Brainwash you.
Yeah.
And that's still in my dad today. Like he still has PTSD because of that, you know?
Yeah.
But he was able to sweet talk those guards out and they let him through. We never came back, you know?
Yeah.
My dad has 2 other children older than me.
What?
I had a stepbrother and a stepsister I didn't know about till I got here. My dad said that he went to his ex-wife and told his ex-wife, look, don't tell nobody, but I'm leaving. I want to take my 2 kids with me. The ex-wife looked at him and said, hell no, you're not taking my kids. He goes, I'm going to America. This is a land of opportunity. This is the best time. I could take care of them.
Yeah.
They could come back to visit you later.
Right.
My stepbrother was probably at least 13 years old at the time, you know, and my stepsister was about 11 years old. They would have been, 40 something now, but they would have had an opportunity to come. But my dad, the wife said no. My dad said, forget it. We got to go. We got no time to waste.
Yeah.
And he didn't want people to know either. Like he just told.
Can't.
That had to be hard.
It's hard.
Yeah.
My dad, he struggled with that till today, you know. He sent money all the time to them, but I know in his heart, that's the 2 things that he regretted the most. He told my mom all the time, like, man, he used to be in the room crying, thinking about his kids, you know. And I felt bad because I told him I couldn't do it, you know, as a father. But I think for him, he has a new family now. So he's like, well, I had to do what I got to do or else they're going to kill
You
us.
have to survive.
Yeah, you got to survive.
Yeah. It's a different situation for him, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Of course.
You have to leave, you know, like, oh, man, you survive or, you know, you stay back with the family, you know.
And at that time, there are waves of Lao people going to the United States. They are to confirm. My uncle was here already. So he talked on the phone to my uncle. My uncle's like, dude, you need to find a way to get over here.
Yeah.
There you go. My dad
So
led
how
the way.
come your stepmom didn't just come with the kids?
Well, at that time, she had her own family. She had a husband and everything, too.
Oh, okay.
So she was already remarried and everything, you know. But she didn't get along with my dad, you know. And,
All right. So fast forward.
Fast forward.
You're here in the States
Yeah.
already, right? You met Charles, in middle school?
A quick question, because with the military, is that why you joined the military too? Because of your dad?
No. The military was something, man. The military was a funny story, man. I could share that. I honestly didn't know what the hell I wanted to do.
He's skipping
you
that
skip.
timeline right now.
Okay,
Let's go back to middle school.
Let's go
Go
back.
to middle
Let's
school
go.
right now.
Let's go back to because we got about 30 minutes, so we could go back to. Came
so
to the
middle
States.
school, right?
Yeah,
You came to the state. You
Yeah.
went through school and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Did you get like any experience with like bully, trying to
course.
assimilate, and
Of course.
getting in? I mean, what was your
Of
experience
course.
like
I mean,
with that?
growing up in the 90s as a young kid was challenging. Gangs were big at the time. You had Laos Blood, Lao Crip fighting each other every day. Guns were around. People get jumped. Jumping was a normal thing. You would see it all the time in school. Got bullied all the time. I remember I was probably the bigger kid in like 4th, 5th grade. And I remember piloting my best friend, he's getting beat up by this African-American black kid. And so me and him, we're fighting. I stood up for him, slam a boy on the ground. He just kept calling me like names, like Asian hatred names, and I got offensive towards it. And my first suspension was probably third grade. My first suspension was 3rd grade. I remember going home. My dad was pissed. My dad was like, "You stay in school, you're going to miss school." But my uncle was like, "Did you win the fight?" I was like, yeah, Uncle, I did. Do you see any marks?
Uncles do.
Yeah. Do you see any marks on me? That's my dad's older brother. I was like, "No, let's go to McDonald's." I was like, "Yeah, let's go to McDonald's."
Anything for a cheeseburger.
And then my dad was mad at my uncle.
Yeah.
You can't reward him for getting kicked out. He needs to stay in school. But he's like, well, no, right now he needs to defend himself. You know what I mean? He can't be getting picked
Survival
on.
mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that kid, we got fight 2-3 more times, and after that, we just kind of stopped because he finally realized that he lost every time we fought. You know.
Yeah.
And then in school, as we got older, he actually became good friends. In 6th grade, we started playing sports together. But I remember any other kid did not mess with me at the time. And that's when I started being more of a rough kid. After 6th grade, but I mean, that's something I didn't want to do, but I had to protect myself.
Yeah.
You know, my
Yeah,
friends, and my friends were all smaller than me. You know,
Because you're the big kid,
the
right?
big kid. Yeah, everybody was smaller than me. I was like, man, what the hell you mess with this little guy for? You know. And Pi was like half my size and skinny, you know, trying to play dodgeball.
So he needed a protector.
Oh, he was like, he was like,
I would be friend with this guy.
Yeah. No, they threw,
Man,
you know, they slapped.
it was like little Chihuahua. Like he was tiny, but he'll be out there starting fights with everybody.
Yeah.
He's actually pretty strong, that guy. You know,
yeah.
He's small, but he's strong. You know.
Yeah, so I had to fight for him for a couple times. You know, that's funny though. Yeah.
And that's how we met in middle school.
Yeah, we went to
Through
middle
fighting?
school together.
Yeah.
We went through middle school.
Okay, so what happened?
Well,
Charles.
I'm gonna let him say his side of the story.
Well, all I know is there was this kid that caused havoc or whatever he did, but I think he did something to one of our friends, and then they just rallied all the guys up. I was part of that rally group, and we're in the hallway, right? I'm like, man, this is the kid that we're gonna beat up. So we're about to jump him. Me and I don't know who else was there. I kind of forgot who was there, but it was a group of us. And Mr. Superman right here came out of nowhere, put his arm out in front of us, blocking his team and our team. I was like, wait, guys, what are you guys doing? You know, let's not fight. You know what I mean?
So Charles stopped the fight.
No,
Yeah.
Charles just went in the middle of it.
I
right?
stopped it, yeah, I stopped it.
And then after that, I'm like, oh, hell no. We're going to jump his ass too then. You know what I mean? You want to stop? We're going to jump his
But
too.
this time you didn't know him yet.
I didn't know him. No, we didn't know. Well, we were speaking loud to each other, right?
Oh, okay.
Me. I don't even know who. I don't know. Maybe Charles could tell who was there, but everybody was there with us. We started speaking loud, like, hey, we're going to whoop this guy.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell you in the middle.
มันอยู่ข้างไหนบอกกันนี่ฮะ
But Philippine. Cambodian kid, yeah. We didn't even know that he spoke Laos because we never met the guy, you know. He is new to the campus.
Yeah.
Never seen him before.
Really?
It was like
Was it 7th or 8th grade?
7th grade.
Was it 7th?
It was like the beginning of the.
So you were
grade.
trying to make friends?
No,
Like
he wasn't trying to make friends.
No.
He was just hanging out with.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he was trying to make friends by stopping a fight.
Well, that friend, I don't know how close he was. That friend was.
Dude, I barely met the dude.
There you go.
Wow.
But okay, so my side.
Yeah.
So I barely met the dude. Like we're in lunch line. We were just talking. I forgot the hell we were talking about.
Yeah.
But then like one of you guys are in the front, and then you know the rest of you guys cut, and then he snitched on you guys, and then you guys got mad.
Snitching.
Yeah.
And then like you know later I was eating, and then we left, and then I saw him about to get jumped. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, I mean, we weren't friends, but it was like boy code, like guy code. You know, like you back your guy up. Like, I barely knew the guy, but I didn't want to fight against 7 of y'all. And I was like, man, so let me just.
You
try
didn't want to
stop.
fight against your people.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure, like, is this going to be my guy or these going to be my guys yet? But it's my first time in a school where there's a lot of Asians. From the school I came from, there was only 3 of us. And the rest were black and Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Right. So going back over there.
So go back to that.
You guys are you were about to jump Charles at the same time you were trying to fight this other guy.
Yeah, and then I don't know how it stopped, Charles. What happened? Did we didn't fight at all that day?
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we didn't fight at all that day.
No, you guys just went like, all right, and then you guys just took off.
Yeah, took off.
So you listened to Charles.
Well, it wasn't listening because you know I think maybe the teachers came too and all that, but we definitely didn't want to get in trouble. You know, and part of our intimidation was let's get him after whatever, right? Those words.
We just gonna say Charles stopped a massacre.
The funny,
he saved your life that day.
Not his life, the other guy's life.
he saved the other guy's life.
You saved everyone's life that day.
But I think after that too, when we realized that actually Charles was Laos, right? Did you have class with somebody?
Well, Kanita.
Yeah, class. We had class with Kanita.
yeah.
So they started talking, and then like, that's the motherfucker stop the fight. You know, that's the motherfucker. What the hell? You know, and I think that's how all the conversation then end up that Charles did not even live too far from us. You know, and he lived close to at Tan was that time, right?
Yeah, well,
Tan was living over there.
Was it?
Tan, Didi, and all of them.
Yeah.
That's how we all kind of knew that.
Kind of started hanging out.
Start putting 3 and 3 together. It's like, dude, this guy he walking home on the other side, you know. So, we never fought the guy, but then Charles ended up being our friend afterwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I remember I got called in by principal.
Yeah.
And like they were all in the detention, and then they were like all lined up. Like, was this guy involved? Was this guy involved?
So he's trying to make you snitch.
Yeah, I just said no to pretty much all of it. And I remember Lucky came out. He looked like he was about to cry. Like, I was like,
I don't remember that. I don't remember going to the principal.
Dude, I remember you coming
Really?
Because I remember your face. Like, because everybody else, they just look mad. But you look like you were like about to cry.
He knew if he went home, he was going to get his ass whooped.
Oh, I was the biggest kid in
Yeah,
there,
you were
dude.
the biggest kid. So, like, I recognize you.
But I don't remember going to principal office at all.
No, it wasn't a principal's office. It was like a classroom.
The classroom.
But then, like, they were pulling everybody out one at a time. And I just remember
So the teachers did caught us
Yeah.
because somebody snitched.
I have no idea who snitched, but
So it's the teacher actually did call everybody to the office then.
yeah. Well, I don't think all of you guys got caught up because
Yeah.
Piney was in there.
I think they were trying to investigate and
Yeah.
start asking certain students. You know, what I mean?
But
That's what
how the
they
hell
did.
did I get selected?
I don't know.
It wasn't even my fight. I was just trying to help out.
the same way I was.
That's probably what it was then.
All right,
The biggest kid, man.
Fast forward to high school now.
Oh, geez.
What was your biggest, memories in high school?
biggest memory? Jeez, man. You know what? This
Sports? Was it
sports. The biggest memory I had was in history class. I didn't even know this. I had the highest grade out of all the kids in history class.
Really?
Mr. Taylor.
Wow.
I still remember this.
Oh.
So
Was he the one that did multiple choice tests?
testing, I
Yeah.
think he did. But he also had that Scantron too. He did the Scantron test.
Yeah.
And I was really good at history. But the crazy part was he didn't even let me know that I won the medal, because every year they had this where the teacher gave a medal to the highest person that did a good job in their class. Well, it was me, and Mr. Taylor forgot to tell me. So that day when I went to school, my name was on the sheet, and he gave me the medal in class. He says, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Sokti, but I forgot to tell you that you were selected for the medal." I was like, "Dude, how come you told me?" That's the only A I got out of all the whole semester.
What was your
Out of all the
GPA?
class, because everything else I failed.
1.9?
You know,
1.9?
no, I had a 2 point. The lowest probably had a 2.5, but I was a 2.5.
You're hella smart.
The 2.8
Yeah.
kid. Nah, I wasn't smart at all.
2.5 is smart.
Bro, I had a 2.1 graduating.
No way.
Yeah.
You barely
Yeah,
cut it.
graduated,
then.
yeah.
You barely cut it. No, I had at least 2.5. My highest was 2.9. Even then, right? I was like, damn, Mr. Taylor, at least my parent would have been proud that I had one A out of the whole semester, because everything else was C, D's, or F's. You know?
What about PE?
PE, I freaking had a C in PE,
had a C in
dude.
PE?
Yeah,
What
because
the
I never
heck?
showed up to none of the classes.
Yeah.
Where did you go then?
There's days that I ditched class.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to do PE sometimes. You know, and PE was actually my sixth period. I hated that, dude. Hated PE being last because I didn't want to do it. I just want to leave.
Man, dude, I love PE when I was in high school.
So going through all these experience, right? Graduating high school now.
Oh,
you got
man.
to go, after you graduate.
Oh, I didn't
You
know.
decided to go to the military, right?
No.
No?
So, you know, you had to take 2 years of Spanish to get to Fresno State, right?
Right.
I mean, I didn't have no other friends that went to college before me. You know, my family was only one cousin who went to Fresno State, but nobody ever said, go ahead and apply for UC Davis, you know, even though I wasn't that bright.
You had no guidance.
But I didn't know anything about the graduating school stuff, right? I didn't know much about attending a university outside of here. So most of the kids around us went to Fresno State or Fresno City. So the crazy thing was I actually applied for Fresno State with a 2.9. Only thing I needed was a 2-year Spanish to get in. Senora Quiroz gave me a B minus 2 classes. I barely made it because you needed at least a B or a C, I think. And the last summer, I still remember this, man. I went to Fresno State after graduation for June and July to submit all my transcript, document stuff. They didn't tell me that I was accepted to Fresno State. And the only reason I got in with that GPA was I was part of that data, that Southeast Asian data.
Oh, yeah.
I hate to say this, you know, and I knew it too. I was like,
It's business. They're trying to get the
they need that.
it,
And
hit the numbers.
And I wasn't, you know, I told myself like, dude, I should not even be getting accepted for this, right? And because I enrolled in EOP at Fresno State, the student body was telling me basically part of EOP program We're going to help you and navigate with you to college because you're the first generation. I wrote this beautiful 2-3 page letter why I need to be there. You're the first one in my household, the oldest. I have 4 younger siblings that's going to look up to me, right? And then in July, before, you know how you pick classes a month before or 2-3 weeks before? I barely got picked classes like a week and a half before because they told me the end of July that, congratulations, you were one of the 2 last selectees.
July.
Yeah,
August is
August starts school. Yeah. So they only gave me 2 weeks to select classes.
Class.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I picked whatever class I want. But that was how it all happened. However, college was not the business for me.
Why is that?
I went to school. You know, at this time, I was dating a girlfriend of mine, and things were not going right. College life was different. Structure was different. I'd never been a structure guy, even in high school. I don't write down planners in my class. We didn't have that. You know, I didn't do that. I was poor at it. You know what I mean? I seen Charles a few times. I didn't have the skill set for that. Yeah. I still was like, didn't care about it, you know, living with moms and put pressure on me. Like, hey, you better do good in school. But really, my mind was like, man, that's not for me right now. You know, I still wanted to party. I still want to do other things. And semester went by. The only class I actually passed in college was history. Because I was good at history. Yeah, I was good. And I didn't even buy the book for history, and I passed. So I ended up getting like a I forgot what it was, like 1.5, 1.2 GPA, because I only passed 1 or 2 classes. And they put me on academic probation, right? Lucky, if you don't do well this spring, because I just passed fall, then we don't know what we're going to do to you.
Wow.
The spring semester would determine if you get kicked out or not. So spring semester come around, I freaking fail. 1.1 GPA.
Oh
shit.
You didn't even go to school. 1.1 GPA.
Literally, I didn't. I took all the financial aid money and freaking took off with it. You know what I mean? Party, live it up. I remember that sheet that came to the mail that says, here are the classes that we need you to take in summer school. If you do not pass these classes, you're done. Basically, you're done.
Yeah.
So I go to Fresno City College. I enroll in a couple classes. I failed. I already knew it. So I submit that stuff to Fresno State. I don't know why I even did it because I knew they were going to fail me. On that sheet, it tells you like satisfactory, whatever. Yeah. And the committee votes. They sit there and they talk about you. Hey, this guy had 2 semesters to figure this out, and he couldn't do it. Should we bring him back or not? And on top of that line on that paper, it says yes and no. When I saw that paper, there was a little dot on yes.
Yeah.
And on my sheet of paper, I had to write the reasons why it led me to where I'm at and what would I do different. So I wrote a beautiful letter why I was struggling my first year. I was going through a girlfriend breakup. Like I was making all kinds of excuses, right? Just for them to be like this. When I got the paper, I looked at the mark. There was a little dot that was going to say yes. But they ended up going no.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you had a chance. Whoever was gonna put yes was gonna do it, you know. Yeah. But then they start looking at everything. It's like, no, we can't give him this. He had 2 chances. We got to give another kid an opportunity. So that's when hell broke loose, right? I freaking my mom, my dad. You're an embarrassment to our family.
Oh, wow.
The first one, yeah.
Typical. Yeah.
You. I don't know what you're gonna do. You're gonna be homeless. Like just all these words, and I didn't know how to take that, man. You know, and
how old were you at this time?
I'm 19 years old.
Oh, you're 19.
19 years old, bro.
All that happened.
Yeah. All that happened.
A year? Wow.
So is that when you did like, fuck it, I'm going to the Navy?
So all that shit happens, dude. I was depressed, man. I didn't know what depression was, but for me, everything's all of a sudden bad happened. Like I got in a car wreck. I didn't have a car, and I was still living with my parents. My parents said, you better go look for a job. I couldn't find a job for some reason.
So your whole world was
collapsing. My whole world just collapsing.
Yeah. And then 19, damn.
19. And then that summer, man, I ended up working with my brother at Target. He got me a holiday Christmas job because they need a seasonal job. So I worked at Target. I got fired at Target. Fired at Target, dude.
Well, yeah, it's a seasonal job. That's normal.
No. Here's how I got fired, Toby. when they put me in toys and all this for like the whole time for one day of my shift. Lucky, you're gonna be in cosmetics tonight. I said, man, I don't even know how to work cosmetics, right? What the crap? All right, man, I'll just go do it.
Yeah.
At Target at night, you put go backs. All the people return stuff and all. Hey, Lucky, put this back in your department. So what do? I grab my cart. Dude. It was probably like 9, 10. Well, beyond that, the store closed already. And then I'm looking at the stuff that I need to put back. You know those girl hair tie button stuff?
Yeah.
The rubber band stuff. I had hundreds of those. I had the clip stuff, all women's stuff, cosmetic stuff. They expect me to put all that back in nice form and all that. I said, hell no, I'm not doing that. So I grabbed all those buttons because my section was cosmetics and diapers and pads and all that.
Yeah.
I stuff it behind all those things. So I stuff it, right?
Yeah.
Not knowing that was a test, right? I didn't put three and three together now.
Yeah,
you gotta put 3 and 3 together. The next day they called me in the office. Hey, we're gonna let you go. I was like, excuse me? Like, they didn't give me no explanation to say we're gonna let you go. Season's over with. But I knew. How the hell all of a sudden one day y'all put me in cosmetics, expect me to freaking I'm a fail, man. I couldn't do it. There were so many go backs, dude. I'm like, man, these small little things, I'm not putting that shit away, man.
Yeah.
So that now I feel like I failed that. I tried to make up for it. I failed again, right?
Wow.
So you hit nothing but failure.
None but failure. I don't know what's going on. I freaking was home. And then spring semester's coming, right? Now it's fall. I'm going back to spring semester. Freaking, there was this Lao guy that was working at SSK.
Yeah.
Y'all remember SSK Produce?
Yeah. I worked there.
Yeah. Did you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I forgot who it was, man, but he told me about the job. So I ended up somehow getting hold of him. I was like, hey, man, I just left Target. Like, I need a job. My mom said, I can't be doing this crap and shit. And that time, now we're 19, right? We're going now into 20 years old, 2004 now. Beginning of 2004, right. I lost that Target job. SSK came around, right?
That's seasonal, right?
Seasonal.
Yeah.
They needed me. So because I didn't have no car, my punishment, you walk to work.
What the hell?
Dang.
That's how my dad was. Walk to work.
Now,
or ride a bike.
Did your dad raise you guys with a military upbringing?
No.
No?
Well, it wasn't military, but it definitely was where if you had to go to school, you need to wake up early.
Yeah.
If you didn't wake up early.
Right?
Yeah, structure. It is kind of structured.
Yeah.
You learn. If I wake you up, then it's gonna be a problem. You know what I mean? Like big old feet.
So how did you get into the military? What prompted you to join the military?
Yeah. So when SSK came around, I was working the whole summer, man. I was dealing with all kinds of stuff, and I was their driver. I picked up all the veggies from all the Lao farm. By the time it hit April or May, everything was rocky. Everything was rocky, man. And I decided that I just needed to get away. Whatever it was, what I was going through internally, I didn't want to tell nobody. I didn't know how to express that.
Yeah.
Nor did I think that my siblings or maybe my parents didn't understand. I couldn't talk to them. They're still young at the time.
No one, you felt like no one could relate.
Yeah, no one could relate. Yeah, and alone in the world. And I'm the oldest, so it's like, damn, you got to put all this pressure on me. I feel like a loser, And one day, dude, I remember this one day when I went to the recruiting station. I went by myself.
What made you go to the recruiting station?
Because I wanted to leave, Toby.
Oh, you wanted to leave.
I wanted to get off.
That was your motivation.
I wanted to leave. I didn't tell nobody.
Oh, I got you.
And I knew that I got free rent, free money, school later, right? To pay back everything else.
Yeah.
One of the recruiter, when I went there, said, hey, man, in order for you to get, I need your naturalization certificate. I need your parents' info too, because they're naturalized as part of the application process. Well, crap. I always, when we were younger, my parents always say no to military.
Yeah.
They always told me, no. We don't want you to join because there was stigma and negative connotation about, you're going to war. We don't want you to pass away, right? With all these things, but they didn't know the other side of the military. Like you serve in your country, with pride and all that. And the best branch I thought that I could be maybe a little bit safer on, you know, and travel. That's what I wanted to do. To travel was the Navy.
Yeah.
So I went to the Navy branch. There was Marine, Navy, Air Force, Army. Looked at all three. I walked in there, went to the Navy. I still remember he's asked me, you need to get your parents' naturalization certificate. So what I go do? Hey, Mom, I had to lie to her. She questioned everything. They put in this freaking safe in the house, right? Yeah. Hey, Mom, I need your naturalization info, your number. She goes, why you need it for? But you didn't tell. I didn't tell her why.
Yeah, wow. Yeah.
Say, why you need it for? I said, well, I'm going to get back into school. Yeah. It's for financial aid.
Oh, smart.
Right? It's for financial aid. But she looked at me again like, well, you didn't ask for me this when you went to Fresno State. I go, yeah, but Fresno City is different.
Mom being the detective.
Yeah. So
a woman.
So my mom was like, well, he needs the information. You can go into school, then let's give it to him. Well, she gave it to me.
Yeah.
I bring it back. Cool. Got in Sai's car or my uncle's car. That time my uncle had a car he let me borrow. It was a beat up 1991 freaking little Honda 2-door Honda Civic. I think it was so old.
Dang, and you were over 6 feet.
Yeah, the small ass car. It was a stick shift. It was a stick shift. Oh my God, dude. So I drive over there. I got my paper. I said, hey, I got to give this back to my mom. They took all the information down. I took it back. We did the paperwork. I'm still in communication with them. They're like, good. It looks like you're going to take off in August to go to boot camp, Lucky. Cool. It's around May right now.
Yeah.
End of April. That Lao New Year just ended. So end of April. Like, cool, you're going to go in August. Mind you, I didn't tell nobody. Nobody, not even my friends.
Wait, so what's going through your mind this time?
Yeah. This whole mind, I was nervous.
Yeah.
Because 19-year-old
kid.
You
were done already.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
The 19-year-old kid just lied to his parents. About to go to Chicago, never been on a plane, to go to Chicago on his own, to go to boot camp for 3 months, and they don't know where the hell he's at. Literally. So so the recruiter calls me back a week later, beginning of May. Say, hey, someone is not going to Chicago. We have a spot open. Do you want to go to boot camp early?
In May?
I said, how early? He goes, the end of May.
Oh, shit.
Shit.
Dang, so in
you know what I said?
Yeah.
I didn't even think twice.
Yes.
Sign me up. I'm gone. I had 2 weeks to figure this out. How am I going to tell? I told myself, nah, I ain't telling them. I'm so mad at the world. I'm so out of it.
Yeah.
I don't even care.
You rejected the world.
Yeah,
already.
I rejected the world already.
Yeah.
So guess what, Charles and Toby? I left.
You didn't tell nobody?
Didn't tell
Didn't tell nobody.
What the
I
fuck
still
kind
remember.
of son are you? What
Hey,
the fuck?
this is crazy. The day I was leaving, that I told my mom that I was going down, I told him this bullshit lie. Remember, Mom, I took the information. I'm going down to San Diego State University. Yeah, this crazy lie, dude. I'll be back.
And they believed it?
They didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
They didn't have a choice because everything I was telling made sense.
Yeah.
I'm still in school. I actually got accepted to San Diego State. I'm going down there, right? Literally not, man. I still had my cell phone at the time. The day I was supposed to go, my mom makes me my favorite salad, this chicken salad.
Yeah.
Has garlic in it and all that. She put it in Tupperware for me. I still remember. I took it with me to San Jose because that's where I was processing to go to Chicago.
They drove you up there.
They drove you up there, yeah. And the whole ride up there, dude, I'm nervous as shit because I've never been away from my family that long.
It was a new journey, right?
A new journey.
Yeah.
Once I knew I got in that car, it was done. There's no coming back.
No coming back.
So I got to Chicago. I did all my processing, did all my paperwork, and you stay in this hotel. At this hotel, I ate my mom's food for the last time. I still remember that, and I threw it away. And I was telling my mom this story, how that stuff.
You were that mad at her?
Yeah. No, I told my mom everything, because after I came back, I told him how everything went down, and she's like, yeah, I still remember I gave you that food. My roommate, we slept, woke up, next morning, flew out to Chicago. I had my phone left, right? And when you get to Chicago, they give you a phone call. Call your family. I skipped that line. I didn't even
You
call
did?
my family. I did not call my family.
Damn, you were that mad.
Wow.
I skipped.
Yeah.
The cell phone that you bring, they break it up and they put it in a bag for you. Because when you leave, when you graduate, then you can get it back.
Yeah.
So no phone connection now. So
For-
I'm really
Yeah, you
I'm done.
Yeah,
disconnected
MIA.
from everything. Yeah.
Got in line, shaved my freaking head. That day, excuse me, when they shaved my head, they strip you down naked.
What?
30, maybe 300, 150 guys in front of you. All right, you got all your clothes. This is when I know it was finally for reals. When I woke up from the bus ride from Chicago to boot camp, when the door opened and the bus stopped, all these people came in there yelling at us. Get the fuck out of the fucking bus. Stand in line. You ready for boot camp now? That's when I knew. I was like, oh shit,
What did
this
I
is
get
fucking
myself
real.
into,
Yeah.
huh?
What the hell I get myself into, you know?
Dude.
Yeah.
And then everybody that was in line in front of me, there was probably 150 guys. They all were locking the knees and they were fainting. Because they were so
Oh,
nervous.
you have to stand
they have to
certain
stand at
way.
attention.
Yeah.
With all your gear, right? And I'm thinking, what the hell this fool's knocking out?
Yeah.
Like, oh, this shit's serious, dude, you know?
Yeah.
And then I'm over here looking this way. What are you looking at? Like, stand at attention. Like, oh shit. I never had a grown man yell at me to tell me stand at attention. You know what I mean? I knew it was real.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, oh shit, dude, what the hell I get myself into? Because they tell you when you sign the paper,
Yeah.
you can't go back on your contract.
Yeah.
You already signed your 4-year contract and a 4-year inactive. So that's 8 years total. So I'm over here thinking.
You signed up for 8 years?
So you have to sign 8 years, 4 years active. And when you leave, in case of war, they could call you back for 4
Oh,
years.
shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, the hell did I get myself into, man? You know what I mean? Thinking to myself, great, man. But then I thought about it. I was like, you know what? I wasn't doing shit in Fresno anyways, you know? So let's go all the way back to boot camp, right? I passed boot camp, everything. I couldn't wait to get to my phone because from May to August, by the time I graduate, there was a missing person report by Fresno PD.
Whoa.
My mom and dad was so distraught by what happened. They thought I was dead because guess what? My phone was dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they
Right.
filed a missing person
They
report?
filed
Yeah.
a missing person.
Oh, shit.
They went to every guy that I knew, my friend Pi, Bo, everybody.
And nobody knew nothing.
Nobody knew.
Yeah.
They went to my ex-girlfriend. Nobody knew.
Dude.
They went to.
I know.
I know.
Yeah,
What the
yeah,
fuck?
yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I'm just thinking like right now,
How the hell-
like, because I don't remember. I mean, I don't remember you were gone.
Yeah, you probably was. Nobody called you. Side didn't call you anything.
They might have, but I don't remember it.
Yeah,
though.
dude, they probably
I,
called you.
I just remember
Shit.
you were MIA, and
Yeah.
then next, and you came back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I MIA, right?
Yeah.
My mom calls my cousin, who's a Madera sheriff. Can you look up where he's at? He's in San Diego State, right? How come we can't find him? Police missing report, right? They fucking called the cops. They went to go see Cobb at the Romaines playground. Hey, you here? I didn't tell none of them. And I played basketball with those guys every day.
Yeah.
My cousin looked that up, everything on the computer. No, mom, I can't find nothing. But he's smart. My cousin, he's like, the only thing I could think of, if he's not on this data, is he in the military? Because the military won't show the data. Now, the only way we're gonna know that is if he actually contacts us or whatever. So this whole time, silent. I graduate boot camp. I got a hold of my phone, shaking, because I could only see the unexpected
Yeah.
at the time. Fucking 1,000 messages, missed calls, everything came on. Boop, 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 boop. Like, oh shit. My anxiety
get in
went
trouble
up
now.
so
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
My anxiety went up so bad, right? Even Pi, Bo left message like, dude, hey, your mom worried about you, man. Give us a call back, right? Nobody knew what's going on, dude. They really thought that I went to deep waters. Like, this
Yeah.
guy's fucking dead, dude. And when I got it there,
Wait.
I told my mom,
Real quick before you get to that.
Yeah.
While you're in the boot camp, those 3 months, did your mindset change, or like, did you stop being mad at your family at that time?
no, I wasn't mad at my family. I think I was more mad at every situation that I went to. Like, life was not going the way I was supposed to, you know. And the family pressure, right? My mom and my dad, the pressure of it was overbearing. Like I couldn't handle.
So the world was just too heavy at a time.
too heavy.
But after boot camp, does it feel like, man, that shit wasn't that bad?
No. It still felt like, fuck. Now I gotta.
You
go.
weren't out of it yet.
Yeah, I went
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, you
now
weren't
I
out
gotta
of it.
deal with. I gotta deal with that.
The
now.
repercussion.
Oh,
Repercussion. Because remember, the consequences in my family is like when you get in trouble, it means a bad thing. So I always afraid of those consequences.
Yeah.
But I felt like what I did was, oh shit, I'm gonna hear the other end of this. What alibi do I got now? I haven't talked to nobody in 4 months. May to August. 3.5 months. I didn't talk to nobody.
Yeah.
So you gonna call your mom, Lucky? What are you gonna tell her now? So I'm on the phone, right? I'm like, shit. Hey, mom, sorry I didn't pick up. My phone died for so long. I couldn't get a hold of a phone, but I've been busy with summer school.
Oh shit!
Oh, my
you kept
God.
it going.
Yes.
So you doubled down.
I doubled down.
Holy shit! All right.
I freaking, I'm in summer school, mom, but I'm flying home in a couple weeks. Need you guys to pick me up at the airport. I'm good. I'm well taken care of, right? I'm good. But I'll see you guys in a couple weeks because I knew I was going home.
Yeah.
The crazy part was,
Man, I'm getting
they didn't
excited
know.
listening to this shit.
They didn't know that I was leaving for Japan. So I got orders already.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, well, crap, dude.
How am I gonna get out of this one?
How am I going to get out of this one, right?
Yeah,
I keep doing this, right? Because remember I have to lie so that I won't get in trouble, and I was so used to that.
Yeah,
know what I mean?
you didn't want to get caught up in the
Yes,
trouble.
yes.
But you still wanted to do what
Yes,
you wanted to do.
Exactly. So my mom was like, "Oh my God, we're so worried about you. We called the police on you. Everybody's looking for you. How come you didn't tell us nothing? So I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry. My phone was dying. I'm busy with school. But I'm good. I'll be home." So my dad picks me up at the airport. My dad picks me up. He's like, "Damn, man, something not right with this guy."
Yeah, because you changed.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
changed.
Yeah, because
Now-
every time after boot camp, everybody changes.
Oh, not only the mental part of it, Toby. I lost 45 pounds.
Holy shit!
So my dad picks me up in the airport. He
Yeah.
looks at me. Oh, but so, come on, Joy, Tat.
Yeah.
โอ้ยพอ study มันเหิงเมื่อย like I land I was running and stuff. Touch my arm, like, damn, you skinny, dude. Like, you lost a lot of weight. You sure? You sure nothing happened to you? I said, no, nothing happened to me, mom. So my mom came. My mom's still working 8 to 5, and my dad. And then the timeline of it was crazy because I was leaving for Japan September 1st. It's like that
You
year.
came back in August?
So school, right?
Yeah.
Oh, school's about to start again.
Oh, yeah.
Again, wow.
Again.
Wait, like, I know you're gonna get to it, but like, at what point do you tell your parents?
I didn't tell it. Check this out. This is crazy. And my mom was like, make sure you call us this time. Don't do that. That's not right? If you need something, tell your parents to tell them we're here. You know what I mean?
So you were home already.
I was home already.
How did she react when she seen you?
She saw I was skinny,
She didn't cry. She didn't say.
she
didn't hit you. She didn't
No,
get
she
mad.
didn't hit
Yeah,
No, she
you know
didn't hit me.
repercussions.
This shit hit me other than she was trying to investigate.
Oh, she was.
She was
trying to
more.
figure out, yeah.
She was trying to figure out. I remember one time she even mentioned, like, you sure you didn't join the military?
Oh,
Because of
yeah,
my
yeah.
cousin. He said that to her. He kept that. He kept that in her
he
mind.
planted the seed in
yeah.
her. Yeah.
But then I was like, no. Why would I do that? You know what I mean? I said,
man.
right in front of her face, bro.
Wow.
Why did I do that? Right? Oh shit, man. So my dad drops me off at the airport. So I'm shaking because
After all this, or
all this.
yeah, after all,
I
he
came.
dropped
Yeah.
you off?
Yeah.
Okay.
I came home for a couple weeks. I'm off to Japan now.
And
I didn't
they
tell him.
questioned you that whole time.
The whole time I didn't tell him.
Yeah.
But do you need a passport if you're in the military?
No. As long as you have a U.S. military ID, you could go.
Okay.
Okay, so you're getting
So
dropped off.
I get dropped off the airport. Say, hey, I'll give you guys a call. When I'm free, everything is good. I'll let you guys know. Mind you, I called my parents when I got to LAX. The flight from Fresno to San Diego, I timed it. It's about an hour.
Yeah.
My layaway was about an hour and a half in LA. So what did my dumbass do? Call my mom and my dad. Hey, I'm home already, okay? I wasn't freaking home. I was in LAX going to freaking Japan.
Yeah.
Okay. Call me when you're not busy. Okay, I'm going to be busy for a couple months because school start, but I'll give you guys a call when I'm free. Bam. Like, oh, shit. My first time on a plane going overseas now. Now it ain't Chicago. It ain't on the phone I could call.
So
because you can't call your cell phone in Japan to California.
Does anybody know that you're going to
Nobody
Japan?
knows.
Nobody still at this point don't know.
Knows.
You
Not
don't
even
tell
my
your
friends.
brother, your friends?
Your brother? Nobody.
Oh,
Wow.
God.
Sai was going to school at this time.
Yeah.
My sister was a sophomore in high school. Tom was graduating 8th grade.
Yeah.
My baby brother Decem was in kindergarten. So there's no point in talking to them, and shit, I was gone.
Okay, so you flew over to
So I
Japan.
flew to
Then what
Japan.
happened?
What's going on in your mind
My
right now?
mind, I'm like, great, dude. What the get myself into, man? I'm in another country now.
Digging deeper and deeper.
know.
Yeah, he's saying.
Culture shock, everything. I go to Japan, Tokyo, land in Tokyo, connecting flight. I'm like, shit, I got another flight to go to. You got to go from Tokyo to Sasebo, which is another hour. And then from an hour, you got to ride a bus. All this, and luckily I met another sailor guy. When I landed in Fukuoka, he was going on the same bus as me. So we kind of went together. The ship that I was on was in SAR. This is when they do like cleaning, doing all that for 3 months. So it was on a dry dock. They're cleaning it up.
Oh, so
They're
you had
doing
to be stationed there.
I was stationed there.
Yeah.
So I go, mind you, I never even seen a boat before, a Navy boat. When I walked up to the gate, they show my ID. All the guys making fun of, oh, here comes a new guy,
Yeah, the greenhorn.
I literally look at that ship, dude. I looked it up. I was like, oh my fuck. And my boat's not that big, but I'd never been on a Navy ship.
Yeah.
Only whatever we learned at boot camp is what we learned. He's like, yeah, that's your ship right there. The guys that were guarding, like I was like, fuck, that motherfucker's big, man. Walked up. I'm still shocked, dude. I got anxiety and look at everything like, am I freaking really in Japan doing this? I gotta be here for 4 years, dude. 4 freaking years, man. I looked up. I was like, man, well, I already did boot camp and all. That's nothing now. So I go up there. I settle in. I meet people. It's crazy because in boot camp, I was going to beat up this kid for snitching on me.
There you go, the snitching
on me.
again, snitching
Because I stole a sneaker bar at the cafeteria line. And you're not supposed
While
to.
you were in the military, you stole
I
a
did the same thing.
Man.
So
What the hell?
so I ate it while everybody was sleeping because on the thing you have to stand guard while people sleeping. We rotate. So it's my shift. I was like, fuck this shit. The petty officer ain't here. I'm gonna eat my fucking sneaker bar, right? How that sneaker bar wrapper fell off of my fucking pocket as I was walking back and forth. Fuck. The next morning, the petty officer came in and was like, what the fuck? Whose sneaker bar is this? He slept, but I didn't know that he was not sleeping, this motherfucker. He was still up. And he saw me eating a fucking Snicker. So guess what? Me and him had to go to A school together. A school is where you go to train to do your job in the military or whatever it is. And my job at the time was to be a deck seaman, to be a bosun's mate, right? Me and him went to school together, and I walked into his fucking room that day, said, you motherfucker, got him by the throat. I will whoop your ass right now, man. Why the fuck you snitch on me? Ah! He started screaming, and the door was open. Started fucking screaming. And here come this other white kid who was in another division. And he kind of knew me. Me and was kind of cool because we kind of ate together during lunch. And he said, look, Sapong said, man, don't do it, dude. You're going to get in trouble, man, And I literally slammed him to the fucking bed. I was going to punch him. He grabbed my arm. And that's when all the officers came and told me to stop and tell me to stand at attention. That day, I was supposed to go to the Chicago Cubs game. And I couldn't go. I got punishment. Had to scrape the floor for the whole day. Yeah. So I got punishment.
Man, never learned.
Yeah. So,
All right,
so no.
we're coming
so that
off
guy,
54 minute, man.
man, it's more.
There's more.
At what point you tell your parents?
Not
Yeah,
yet.
that's what I'm saying.
Not yet.
Okay, get to the
Not
point where you
yet.
tell your parents. We
yeah.
have 55 minutes already.
Yeah.
And
So-
we didn't even get to his masters or anything. Like, damn, bro.
Yeah, y'all didn't even get to the other side of the life story yet.
Yeah,
No.
I'm telling
But
you, dude. When Lucky, we
final-
need a 3-part session for Lucky.
No,
Yeah,
Oh, this is just the first chapter.
No, it's first
Yeah,
chapter,
first
bro.
chapter.
I could write a book.
in his life. And it's like,
Definitely
wow.
could write a book.
I was gonna interrupt him, but I wanted to know,
I know.
when he tell his mom. What the hell?
It was. I still remember this. It was October part 13th in Japan. Cold, windy. I just got off work. It was Saturday.
That same year?
Same year.
Yeah.
I've been in Japan for a month and a week.
Yeah.
There's this. I just got a free paid card.
Yeah.
This card could call to the United States.
Yeah.
Well, I just got a new cell phone. Shaking in one hand, not knowing.
Wait. Go through the process first. What is this where you're going to tell your mom?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so
Okay.
what made you decide?
When I finally got
tell
there,
her.
I felt I had a vivid dream, man, that they were worried about me.
Yeah.
In my dream, it told me like, dude, everything started puzzling together when I got that gift card. Because when you're a single sailor like me, you're part of your dues. They gave you a card as saying, hey, welcome to Japan. We know you guys are new, but here's a free card, $20 that you could call your family.
Yeah.
So I took it. But why the hell did they give me on that week? You know, I knew that something was up and I had the dream too. So Saturday, I got off work. When you get off work, you could do whatever you want to do, right? There's a locker that I go put my stuff in, extra locker outside of the ship that I put all my personal gear, you know?
Yeah.
And I still remember this. When I looked up, I pushed my stuff up. I looked at the payphone. I was like, oh shit. Then I looked at my card. I said, man, I'm gonna tap this. I'm gonna get my phone out. So when I got my cell phone out, that's when I knew. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go all out now. No matter if they get mad, sad, or angry at me, I'm just gonna tell the truth. And the crazy part was, this guy, Bobby Givens, he was a black dude on my bunkie. I told him the story, what happened, and he's a more senior guy on the ship. When we were sleeping in the same quarter, I told him about my story. He said, honestly, Lucky, I think you should call your family, man.
Yeah.
What would they do to hurt you that you're in Japan serving your country? I know that you guys got, you're afraid of consequence and all that, but I think if you just tell them the truth, maybe they will support you, you know? And that kind of stuck to me at that time. Because
How long was it that that stuck with you before you finally?
Oh, it was
made
that week that he
decision?
told me.
That week.
That week.
Yeah.
And I was, in my mind, I'm processing that.
Yeah.
Card, him telling me that. Dream.
So these are all
shit,
signs.
signs.
Yeah, these are all signs. Yeah.
Well, the moment that I picked up the phone, Sai picked up. He said, dude, we're eating pho and mom was just talking about you.
Yeah.
Where the hell you at?
Now, was this like, you know, back then, did it have caller ID at that time?
No,
or
they have none. No,
it not
my
caller
mom's
ID?
phone didn't have caller
Oh,
ID
she
at the
didn't
time.
have
No.
caller ID.
My Sai said that, like, dude, where the hell you at? Mom and dad worry about you, man. You know what I mean? Like, we all worry about you, but we haven't heard from you. So I said, let me talk to mom. I got on my mom. Literally, dude, I was shaking. I was crying. And I told my mom, and I think my mom put on speaker. I said, hey, I want to let you guys know that I'm in the Navy. And it got silent for like 10 minutes. And I could hear Sai in the
Like
background.
everybody was there.
Yeah, I could hear Sai in the background. Man, I knew it, mom, right? And then my mom was crying, right?
Yeah.
My dad was like, "Oh, can Luke's hit แบบนั้นคือบ่บอกพอความจริงเจ้าคอยสิให้เจ้าบ่ My
Yeah.
dad said that in the calmest manner. I'm like, man, you ain't never talked to me that calm, right? Before.
So wait, your dad said, "Why don't you just tell me the truth?"
Truth.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell me the truth, right? In English, like.
Yeah.
คันจะบอกความจริงพ่อก็บ่ให้
Yeah.
Actually, he told in English, like, actually proud of you. Dude, that lifted so much off of me, man, to hear them that. And then the conversation just went straight, like, good stuff.
Yeah.
So from the whole time,
Yeah.
since May of that year, they asked me that question, like, you planted this already? Because I knew it when your cousin told me, and then when you asked for that citizenship certificate, we kind of knew, but we didn't know what was going on.
We didn't know you were serious.
Yeah, we didn't know you're serious. But where you're in Japan? I go, yeah, I'm gonna be here for 4 years. Goes, wow. My dad just said, wow, you know, like, man, I'm really proud of you. For once, my dad never says proud in that sense, you know.
Yeah.
My mom would a little better, you know, but at that moment, I finally felt relieved. We all were crying together, man. It was really emotional. But I felt that at that time, man, like everything was lifted to me. I think I did the right decision.
Yeah.
I saw my friend Bobby, who told me all that. He was hella happy for me, you know, and everything was great. And now I called every weekend. Ever since then, I called every weekend, you know, sending them pictures, doing everything, sending them stuff, right?
Did you feel like you could take over the world now at that time?
Oh,
at that
yeah.
moment?
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
Now, like, you know, you didn't
That's
run
gone.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that's
didn't
gone.
run away. Now that you're like, you know what? I'm free. I told the truth,
Yep.
and you know,
I felt like that was that moment where it set me free, man.
Yeah.
And I was living another life, you know, and I had a lot of growing up to do. You know, I was like,
Yeah.
man, I still have a lot of growing up to do. And I was only 20 years old at the
and
time.
military
So-
did that though. you
Yeah.
know?
So for a whole year, you lied to your family, and nobody know
Life,
where the hell.
friends, and family.
Yeah, to everyone.
Everyone.
And then you just wanted to join the military.
Yep.
And you were able to go 4 years and come back without people knowing would you have done it.
Well, no, after. Oh yeah, you
I
talking
think, he
about
was,
in
I
a
think he
sense?
was trying to do that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If people didn't know, I wouldn't say it. But eventually, my friends found out. You know, I called Bo and Pi a few times. You know,
I
what
think that dude, your bunkmate,
Bobby
My
Gibbons.
Bobby,
yeah,
Bobby Gibbons.
was
yeah,
the
yeah.
one that kind of
yeah.
like sealed it, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
hey,
he kind of
you
sealed it,
need
man.
to, yeah.
And he
do
was,
that, you
and
know?
we still friends today on Facebook. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? And
yeah.
but he was very instrumental on his words, you know, and it made me think a little bit like that. You do your family miss you, you know. You
Yeah.
may not realize it because
Yep.
all these emotions are going through your mind, you know, and you felt like you betrayed them or whatever. But in the reality, man, your family will always be there for you. You know what I mean? I think that was a value that I learned, and from then on, I always been truthful to my family. You know.
Yeah.
Because I wrecked my car, this is the crazy part, and this is part 2 to it, if there was ever a part 2. My mom bought me that Honda Accord when we were driving to high school, that burgundy one. I wrecked it before. That's why I didn't have a car. That's why I think everything was filling down. I let them down. My mom spent, I think, $12,000 on that car. 12 grand was a lot of money at that
yeah,
time.
it was a lot.
A lot. In 2000, she bought me. That was a lot. I wrecked it in a year and a half.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
2 years. I wrecked it. My mom's hard earning money as a seamstress, you know, I wrecked a car, and that made me feel even worse.
Yeah.
When I came back in 2008, I literally had whatever amount of cash I had on me. I gave it all back to her. You know, I didn't ask for anything. I apologized to her. I told her, hey, here's extra money and more. You know what I mean? Like, you guys do what you guys need to do with it. Because in my heart, I actually went into the Navy for a purpose. I knew that I wanted to get the things I needed to get away, save money, see the world, and then come back different. You know, I just needed to get away.
Yeah.
Because my environment
So
wasn't
it was
there.
a necessary journey for you to go.
Yeah.
And take, right?
Yeah. And I knew I wasn't gonna stay long. I knew I was like, 4 or 5 years, I'll be back.
Yeah.
You know? And that was my mindset in the Navy too. I had to do what I had to do, but I learned a lot of different things, and I had a game plan coming out. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Wow.
Right. Let's end chapter 1.
Wow,
here.
that's chapter
Right.
one,
That's
man.
chapter 1.
I have so much more to add on to
Yeah.
that. But
We
it was-
wanted to ask him so much questions.
Damn, yeah.
Dude.
That's
But
just
he was
barely
stuck.
the Navy's part.
I didn't want to interrupt because there's so much going on. and
He was telling us his Ukjai story.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That was one of the most.
But it changed you.
Yeah.
It changed you.
Oh, totally,
Definitely,
man.
you know.
so you hit rock bottom
Yeah.
at 19.
Yeah, and
19,
wow.
19, man. To the point where I didn't care about anything. Like,
Yeah.
if I gotten away with it, like Charles asked that question, I would have gotten away with it. I wouldn't say nothing for 4 or 5 years.
It's crazy. You know, my dad always told me that when you're about 18, 19, 20, 21, somewhere around that age, it's he called it a period of journey for the guys. And he said that you will always separate from your family
Oh wow.
at that age. You know, so whether it's military, whether it's going to a different country, whether you move out of the house, go to school,
Right.
he said that's a period of journey for guys. you know.
Wow.
So, and it's crazy. You said
That's
it about
crazy.
19, 20. I'm
Yeah.
like, dang,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
1920. Yeah.
But
Wow.
let's end this right here because what would you tell the kid that's gonna lie to their parent,
tell the truth.
run away, and join the
Tell the
military?
truth. You know, I think because I grew up in a family where consequences was a big part of our development as young kids, physical
Our
too.
culture in general.
Our culture.
Yeah.
My dad would beat the shit out of me, right?
Yeah.
And I think I was so afraid of that, you know, and even for the parents, like putting fear in your children it's not the best way to discipline. I think my parents' discipline was different, even though there are words that my parents said too. But I learned a lot from that experience. And if I could tell parents, you know, the physical part could be challenging mentally for the person getting the beating, but verbally as well, you know. So I definitely would do things a little different with my kids, but also for the kids, you know, like lying to your parents may not be the best ideal, you know, and parents will always be there to support you, right or wrong. They'll always have your back, you know.
Yep.
I think I learned a valuable lesson even right after at 19, 20 and later in life. I wish I could have learned that a little bit younger, you know, and because I was always taught with fear. So fear for me was running away.
Yeah.
Fear for me was keeping things inside where I cannot speak about it, talk about
express
it,
yourself.
express yourself,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I think in our Lao culture here, you know, we all try to keep things in the family, and sometimes even personally, I think that's the best way to do it is to speak up. Even in our Lao culture today, young children, you know, you guys speak up, you guys talk to your parents, talk to someone you are good with, uncle, aunt, whoever that is, express how you feel, because that's very important, you know. I would never want any young Lao kid to do what I did, you know what I mean? But at that moment, I learned a lot, and, you know, now I'm very expressive with my parents where they don't even want me around because I talk too much, you know?
Basically, what you're saying is to keep following the signs, right?
Keep following
keep
the
going.
signs.
You
Yep.
never know if the opportunity is there, right?
Right,
Just
right.
keep going. Do what you got to do, right?
You got to do what you got to do, you know what I mean? And I was able to do that. I was safe about it, you know what I mean? And I think later on when I had validation about what was important to me, that's when I finally hit me that moment was the icing
Correct
on
choice.
the cake. Yeah,
Yeah.
correct choice. Icing on
Right.
the cake. Yeah.
Yep. Wow.
Wow, what a story, huh?
Yeah, dude. Like, swallow the frog. Just next time, just
Yeah.
fucking just swallow the frog. Just face it. Just take the consequences,
Just face
bro.
it.
Well, you
Yeah.
know, I think he does it now, you know,
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
it
yeah.
did change him, you know.
Yeah,
so.
no. I'm very honest, you know, and I don't do none of that stuff no more. My parents know too.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about a lot of important things, deep stuff now, you know, and I could be able to express now, you
Yeah.
know.
See, like, to me, like, the physical punishment is not as bad as the verbal punishment. The one that says you're a disappointment, disgrace to the family.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
You wanna-
mental, physical, and
Yeah.
emotional, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that's heavy on a
That's heavy.
19-year-old.
Yeah, that's heavy. I had all three, right?
Yeah.
It's very emotional. I think for
Still
me,
kid at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, for an adult, it's hard.
Yeah.
Imagine somebody that's barely getting through puberty and feel like they're responsible for everything and failing all at once.
yeah.
Dude, that's
you-
crazy.
You know, I don't blame my parents one bit. I think it was the way I took the message. I internalized
Yeah.
it deep, really deep, because those are really harsh words, you know. And
Right.
for me being the oldest, they kept even saying that, like, you're the oldest. You should have been the
A lot of
example.
responsibility.
Yeah.
You should have been example for your younger brother and sister. You know, it hurt me a lot because I'm like, damn, man, I must be that bad, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think, you know, please comment, likes, and ask me, because if I ever had an opportunity to answer or do a part 2 later throughout the year, I'd love to talk a little bit more about even the next part of it. But
Let
But
us
next
know.
time we're
Yeah.
gonna ask him questions so that way he doesn't go to a long story. We want to get to the whole book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let us know if you want to hear part 2.
yeah,
Yeah.
let us know and stay tuned, because for next couple sessions, guess what we get to interview? We get to interview Toby and we get to interview Charles.
Right,
so
right.
stay
Stay
tuned
tuned.
for that, all right?
Next.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and follow us on Instagram. We appreciate every single one of you guys. We love you guys, and for engaging with our Instagram handle. One of us is actually talking with you guys, commenting. And we love to hear stories. About our audience and where everyone's background is, So keep doing that. We appreciate every single one of you guys.
Yep. It's a beautiful thing.
Yep.
Right. Till
Kap
next
chai,
time.
kap chai,
Kap
kap chai.